What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Belligerence. Like, comment, share, and or subscribe. Okay, so basically today I really don't know what's gonna come out today. So whatever is in the title is what you see, but yeah, I am gonna be pulling cards today. All right, so let's see who's involved and what's going on today. All right, so there's going to be three scenarios, and see what's going on here. Smack one of them down, one of those down too. Alrighty, let's look and see here. We have the Goddess in reverse, we have the Shadow in reverse, and we have the Spirit Guide in reverse. Yeah, it looks like wow, somebody is refusing to tap into their highest potential because of some shadow work. It kind of give me the vibe of, like when you guys, when you exercise, right? Basically, the time that you use to exercise is important, but it's also important the time that, you don't exercise, like get rest and stuff like that. Or basically it has to do with like the use of negative space. Why negative space is important with spirituality is because what you do is just as important as what you choose not to do. But with this shadow work here, the shadow is pretty much like somebody is holding themselves back or hindering themselves, or they some kind of way somebody cut themselves off from their divine power or divine connection. And it has something to do with them indulging in something, overindulging in something in their shadow. It's something that it could be like it has like this overindulgence energy basically. But whatever it is, it like it's overwhelming somebody's energetic field, and it's blocking out their connection to the spirit guide basically here. Let's see what this is about. You got abundance here. But on top of that, you also got the blues, scare, heavy emotions, and mental distress. Yeah. So if you're going through if you have headaches and mental distress and stuff like that, it could be from you overindulging in something. There's some abundance coming in for you, or there's some abundance. Yeah, pretty much with this abundance, it just gives me the vibe like there's definitely money or opportunity or a person or something very lucrative that it wants to come in, right? But it's having difficulty coming in because you could be watching something, or you could be overindulging in something. Whatever it is something that has like very low vibrational energy to it. It's designed, whatever this is, it on a subconscious level is triggering heavy emotions in you, creating mental distress. It's putting you in a survivor mode basically. And while you're in survivor mode, it makes it difficult for you to try to tap into your higher self, essentially is what this is. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get some advice on it. Well, see what's going on here. One ring circus. Yeah, whatever this is, it makes you feel like you have to do everything all on your own. It gives me the vibe of somebody who, is in a career field. Let's say you're in a career field, right? And the entire time that you're there, you're working hard to build yourself up to get to a certain level, right? So once you get to that level, which it would be this elephant represented by the elephant, because the elephant is power. Now you build and you build and build, and then eventually, you in this position of power, but you're isolated from the rest of the world and you're alone. And it's because you have all these emotions and this mental distress that's causing you to isolate yourself from the rest of the world. You got the crescent moon here. This crescent moon is that a waxing? I think that's a waxing crescent moon. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'll have to look that up. So I'm not going to speak on that, but I think it has something to do with blessings or I want to say it has something to do with blessings. So whatever this is, even though you've acquired a certain amount of power, and that you are in a position where you can see as far and wide as you need to, you can see things coming and stuff like that generally. But because you have isolated yourself from the rest of the world, even if you see these things coming, it's difficult to avoid because you've already isolated yourself with one ring circuits out here. Let's see what else we got here. We got the Drifter in reverse here. Experiencing life as it comes. So yeah, you're not giving yourself permission to experience life. It's kind of like basically you want to know what's coming before it get there, and basically what that does, it drains out the beauty of what life is designed to be. Life is designed to be like this journey, this adventure. It's kind of like those books back in the day where you choose your own adventure books, right? Now, if you are the type to, pick your own adventure the first time through, it's like, wow, I didn't see that coming. But there are some people who go straight to the back of the book and try to read everything and all the outcomes, and then try to manipulate their own destinies and fates to align with whatever's desirable. And that's exactly what's going on here. There's the vibe I'm getting here, somebody here is overly dependent on a certain destiny or fate. It's like you want something to be a certain kind of way, or you want well, I had to rephrase that. It's kind of like you are focused on one destiny outcome, right? And as you're building towards it, instead of allowing things to happen, it's kind of like you are, going ahead and trying to find out what's going to come, so that way you'll know what to expect. And then, essentially you'll get there, but you'll be isolated because it's the adventure leading to the top that's the most important aspect. You see what I'm saying? It has, there's something else about shadow work too. It looks like somebody is avoiding some kind of shadow work. I'm gonna look into that in just a second here. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's pull some cards and see what's up. All right, so let's see what's up here. You got the Tower in reverse. Yeah, like I say, it's like whatever this is, it's kind of like if you are like, it's kind of like you just want to know the answer to everything before you get involved in something. And basically it kills the joy of you experiencing life. That's, it's equivalent to watch a tarot. You know what I'm saying? Or you go into a medium, or, you are, just whatever way that you try to find answers before it's, or whatever. But basically what's going on here is that it's causing you to miss out on the things that makes life enjoyable, basically. So what happens here is like this. Let's say you got two people, right? Two big people, right? You got one person that takes Ozempic and one person that actually goes to the gym, right? The person who's on Ozempic, they lose the weight, they lose it fast, but guess what? They never change their eating habits. So guess what that does? That causes them to lose the weight, but eventually there's a greater chance that they'll regain all that weight. You see what I'm saying? Because they did it the fast way. Now, the person who actually took the time to diet, to meal prep, to work out, to, turn down certain stuff, like that person right there, they turned that what they learned into a lifestyle. It becomes a lifestyle now. Now, with it being a lifestyle, what ends up happening is it includes itself in your muscle memory, which means you have, at one point you're going to do it without thinking about it. But it's not because you're a machine, but it's because of the adventure that led you to this. You see what I'm saying? The information that led you to it, it's the adventure. You know what I'm saying? Because, I tried the weight loss thing or whatever, and I'm gonna do this real quick, but basically it's like at the beginning, it's difficult because you have to find out what you can and can't eat. I think that's the most difficult part. But once you get into the groove of it, it becomes secondhand nature. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes a part of you. And that right there is a part of this personal transformation. That's what this personal transformation is. This personal transformation of actually going through and doing the hard work to get where you want to be. That right there, it helps you with that shadow work that's being avoided here. It helps with that because as you're going on the journey, I want to say the adversity that you meet along the way strengthens you. It teaches you. It gives you experience, and then it gives you, it makes, you know what I'm saying? It just make the adventure worth traveling for. So you got the Page of Cups here, and you got the Moon card in reverse here. So, yeah, it's like the vibe I'm getting here is that there's some kind of fear, or there's some kind of emotion that you're holding on to that might seem small, but by you underestimating whatever this is, whatever this repressed energy is, whatever this immature energy is, by you repressing it, it's becoming a big thing, and it can blow up at you. Kind of give me the vibe of like an Aquarius. You know how, well, I ain't gonna just bash people, but in my experience, whenever I deal with somebody who's like a Aquarius or a Scorpio, I have to really be careful with their emotions, because Scorpios generally are really, really, to me, they're really nice people. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius is too. A lot of times they are soft-spoken, don't get me wrong. Everybody isn't the same. Some are, whatever. But in my experience with a Scorpio, if they go off on you, it's because it's a buildup of something that constantly been going wrong that they've been trying to politely tell you about. And the same thing with an Aquarius. And there's other signs like that too. That's what this is about. There's some kind of emotion. There's some kind of habit. It could be even just be a habit that might seem small, but it's gonna blow up. It's whatever it is, it's gonna blow up. Whatever this is, it's gonna blow up. It's feeding some kind of insecurity or darkness in you. And that insecurity is keeping you away from being able to fully embody and embrace that goddess energy that you were endowed with. Yeah, see, you got the Eight of Swords out here. Whatever this is as you continue, it's gonna hold you back from being able to accomplish what you set out to do. So this could be like it could be almost any kind of addiction. You know what I'm saying? It kind of give me the vibe of it, like an addiction or something like that. Like somebody is have a void in their life. Is the vibe that I'm getting. Is something like a void that somebody is trying to fill by doing low vibrational things, whether it's like drugs or drinking or pretty much anything in excess can be dangerous. Okay, but whatever it is, it's holding you back because it's keeping you from being able to perceive certain things in your life. It actually blocks your third eye, because what happened, let's say if it's tarot, right? By you watching tarot over and over and over and over again, which I've been there before, you know what I'm saying? But what ends up happening is eventually you start depending on it and you stop using your third eye like you should, which leads you astray, and you won't see certain stuff coming because you're relying on someone else's third eye to reveal certain stuff to you, and their third eye isn't your third eye. So a lot of times what's actually going on in your life isn't what it always is. So yeah, this definitely has to do with the binding of the third eye and the sacral chakra, the intuition. Yeah, so yeah, whatever this is that you're indulging in, it's definitely blocking your intuition. It's keeping you out of your light body energy. And only you would really know, you know what I'm saying? I know you get a lot of readers that are like, oh yeah, you're doing this, you're doing that. But for everybody, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely has to do with overindulging. Now you got the Nine of Pentacles here. This definitely giving the vibe of an addiction. It definitely gives me the vibe of like an addiction vibe I'm getting here. This nine of Pentacles out here. This is where your spirit guides have the real issue with you. It's like you're wasting. Somebody is dumping all their money into something, some kind of addiction or something that's really breaking them down and tearing them down on the inside. There is somebody out here living beyond their means. They could even be codependent on somebody just to get a fix. Essentially is what this is. Yeah. That's wild. So yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. There's somebody out here who's addicted, who's, I don't know if they're trying to, they're trying to navigate their way through, but from what I'm seeing, you know, it's like I don't know if they tried to replace the old behavior with something else, but whatever they tried to replace it with, it's building up into that, like the same, it's building up to the same situation that they had with the original addiction. And this person isn't going to see this coming until it's too late. And it's, you know, yeah, because this person is dumping all their money and stuff into it. The World card, yeah. This cycle, whatever this is, when it comes to this drug, it has to end for this, for your ancestors and stuff to, you know, assist you or whatever it may be, because, you know, you got this paranoid energy that you're carrying around. Whoever this is, it's like a scare, heavy emotions and mental distress. That's definitely like a heavy energy from, I don't know, drugs or whatever, you know, whatever the addiction may be. Whoever it is, and it's wild because whoever this is that's doing it, they're not even fulfilled with this. It doesn't even really, there's no fulfillment with this addiction that they have. They're not getting any fulfillment from it. It's kind of like they're just doing it just to do it now, because like I say, you know, muscle memory. You got the strength card out here. Yeah, so yeah, your ancestors are basically telling you to show up strength. You got to put your strength on if you're gonna conquer this beast, because if you don't, it's gonna lead you to a place where they may not be able to help you, whoever this is. It's gonna require courage, passion, subtle power. It's gonna require everything inside your being. And basically their spirit guides are telling you, if you take the first step and give it everything that you got, we'll do what we can to help you on this side. They're going to do everything they can to help you. And that's, you know, the universe is going to align in your favor when you address this, whatever it is. You got the Page of Pentacles out here. Yeah. You're already, you know, pouring everything you got into whatever this addiction is. But the thing is that, you know, there's no commitment to it. It's kind of like, yeah, I know I need to do this, but, you know, whatever, you just, you know, it becomes a habit. It's almost like smoking and drinking. It's like, you know, back in the day when I used to smoke and drink, you know, sometimes when I drink, without thinking about it, I just go for a cigarette, or I go for a vape, whatever, right? And then when I'm smoking, I think about drinking. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, like, let's say if you need to, you know, get a job or something like that, it's difficult because now you have to do it and you're really contemplating, like, do I want to feel good today because, you know, I'm stressed or whatever. And you know, I had a brother that dealt with addiction. Maybe the next reading, I think I'm gonna do an addiction reading next. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But basically, he would find an excuse to go drink. You know what I'm saying? And it was wild. So whatever this is, it's like your ancestors are saying, basically, you have to stop giving yourself an excuse to go, you know, be in this addiction or do this addiction or whatever it may be. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. It has something to do with you having to be committed to wanting to stop this or committed to wanting to change. Now, the thing is like, you know, you might have to find something that you really care about that is being affected by, you know, whatever this addiction is. You know, let's say if, you know, you hate feeling broke. If you hate feeling broke, you know, you might want to cut back on whatever you spend your addiction money on, because it may not just be drugs. It could be sex too. It could be a variety of different things. It ain't just drugs now. It ain't just alcohol. There's a variety of things. There's anything that you do in excess, but you got to be committed to it. You got to find that one thing that this addiction is affecting in your life, and you have to draw your line and draw your boundary about it. On it. You got the King of Pentacles. Yes, once you crit this, there's a lot of money that's coming in for you. You could possibly even start a business off of this, whatever this is. Yeah. I'm seeing somebody who goes from being addicted to starting a very successful business off of not just quitting, but like they quit, they get themselves clean, and they, some kind of way along the way on that journey of them, you know, releasing this addiction, they learn something about the universe, and it turns into a service that they could provide to other people, which is going to cause them to just like an instant come up almost. This person is going to go from the Nine of Pentacles in reverse to the King of Pentacles. I don't know, to put that in perspective, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, basically you sleeping on somebody's couch, you borrowing from people, you got a lot of people that you owe, you live with somebody, you got to live with people you don't even like or know. You go from that to having houses, having your own property, having a location, taking care of your kids, everything taken care of. Only thing you got to do is wake up in the morning and do what you love, which is this service that you provide for, you know. So that's the vibe. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody is going to turn their addiction into some kind of business, and it's going to be booming. And I'm not talking about like a drug lord or anything like that. I'm talking about something where, you know, if it is like quitting, it could be like somebody who, you know, I don't know, discover a recipe to like a certain kind of food that helped them curb their cravings or something like that, and then they like market it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that I'm seeing here. It sparks some kind of ingenuity, some kind of innovative thought. There, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the Nine of Wands in reverse here. The thing is that, you know, I know your ancestors saying they know that you're struggling and that you do it because you're overwhelmed and that you're on the edge, but it's time to find a new outlet for what you're doing. It is time for a new outlet. That's why the abundance card, they came out here, because they're like, yo, this is the prime time for this. You're going through this, okay? Now, when we say that we're going through something, that don't mean we're stopping. We only stop if we continue to perform the behavior. You're going through this. That's something that needs to be understood. You're going through it. We all go through stuff. And that's the mind state that you got to be in. I'm going through this. But you can't be afraid to admit that, like, yo, I'm going through this. When you say you are going through this, that means you have the intention to get to the other side. You have the intention to get to the other side of this. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, basically, yeah, that's all I got with this reading. The next reading, I think I'm going to do an addiction reading. I think I'm going to pull some cards for my people who struggle with addictions and stuff like that. So, all right, I love y'all all. Y'all take what resonate, leave what don't. Peace.